happened again?
It happened
What happened
again. So I have lived my life. By the way, it's Dan. Hey, everybody.
Hi,
how you
guys.
doing? I've lived my life, Trey, hating the rom-com genre.
Right? No, you've been on many a tirade on the rom-com genre.
Yeah, I hate rom-coms, but I just started watching another show that I think I love, and it's a rom-com.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I haven't seen it. I read the manga though.
Oh, you read the manga for it?
First 10 chapters.
Oh, okay. How did you like it?
It's funny.
Yeah. So I'm talking about, it's a show this season, Kaguya-sama,
Love is War.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, the premise of it real quick, I mean, you read the manga for people who don't know it. It's basically these two, like, upper echelons of this high school are in love with each other, but neither of them wants to admit it because admitting it is weakness. And they basically, it's like these Machiavellian schemes they have to try and get the other one to confess
if
first.
Rube Goldberg stuff could be like plans to get somebody to like admit they love you, that's pretty much what happens. And it's pretty funny. I think it's a funny concept.
Yeah, it's done really well. I'm gonna say the biggest thing that gets me in the anime, that probably didn't come across in the manga is, like, the anime has this whole over-the-top narrator with the whole thing, too.
There's like a narrator in the manga, too, but it probably is a lot more intense, I'd imagine, like, put to animation.
It's kind of like the effect of, like, if you've ever watched Kaiji, or honestly even, like, some of the scenes from Hunter x Hunter, where the narrator would be like,
you mean the entire...
My least favorite scene from Hunter x Hunter.
The entire Chimera Ant.
Yes, but no, this narrator's a gem, because he'll just sit there and he'll just be like, they'll just say like, oh, it's the Romeo and Juliet effect of like, you know, you have to have adversity for this. And then the narrator's like, yes, the Romeo and Juliet effect. It has been found throughout history that couples who have faced adversity will triumph in the face of it. And it's this thing, and it's really funny. I recommend it. The characters I like too. They're both shitty people. Not like because they're bad people, but they both suck at being people.
Yeah, like they're just so like they're bad people in a way that makes them enjoyable to watch. I think that's probably my
or they just don't get like core concepts. And I will say, at the time of watching, I think I'm about 4 episodes in right now, there was a part at the start of one of the episodes, and it got like a belly laugh out of me, which and basically the entire point of this bit, because each episode's also like 3 short bits that can kind of tie together.
It's a short form manga too. It's like not like a one page. It's not a 4-panel, but it's like 4 or 5 pages per skit, I guess you could say. Usually. Yeah.
No, and I kind of like that because it sets up the punchlines. But basically, the whole point of this skit was they both thought the other one looked cute in cat ears, which is stupid. It's the stupidest setup.
And yet, it's perfect.
And it was hilarious. Yeah, and that's the new. That's the new I've been watching. That's Dan's new hotness.
Right.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. I think you know. I know you're not big into that genre, but if you like the manga,
I think I like it. I like comedies.
Yeah, I laughed, and I've been aching for a new comedy. Ever since they butchered my boy.
I'll probably continue. I'll probably start watching it like tomorrow or today, because I could use a good comedy.
Yeah, it's like 5. It's like 5-ish episodes right now, so it's still like currently airing. Sure. So it's a nice like digestible thing I can digest between JoJo and Promised Neverland episodes, because they both update on Fridays. So what do I do with the other 6 days a week?
Nothing. You just wait in the cocoon for anime to come out.
Not even just anime, just the ones I like.
For shows to come out, like a good boy, like the goodest boy.
The good boy.
Cash in your good boy points. Get the freshest tendies. And start watching.
Yeah, get the freshest
tendies. Start
watching
your lovely wife's on screen.
No, most of everybody I'm watching is underage, so I don't like that lifestyle. Even better. No. No.
Yeah, but that's a pretty cool one. I haven't watched a ton. I guess I've watched a fair amount this week. So, There's some new series that just came out on Netflix. One of which I have talked about before. But season 2 just came out of nowhere. I'll be like, to me at least, I didn't hear about. I didn't hear about it coming out until it just kind of showed up. Dragon Prince season 2.
Yeah, no, because I saw that too. It just kind of
popped into existence. I was really like confused. I was like, "What? Didn't Dragon Prince season 1 like just come out?"
It came out in no, it was like July last year.
Yeah, it probably was. Time flies, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like that's the thing with Netflix shows too. Is like there's just so many now that they're like, "Hey, we finished the season. Here you go."
Yeah. So I watched that entire season.
Oh, okay. I haven't even. Yeah,
they're only 9 episodes apiece, so they're really. It's not a long watch. Ooh boy, it's pretty good. I mean, if you like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think you're guaranteed to like this. Like, I think it's made. It's made specifically for people who like that show.
Oh yeah,
the voice actor for Sokka from Last Airbender is even the main character in this one. So,
yeah, no, it's
if you like those, you have no reason not to watch it. Please do. If you have problems with the 3D, then it gets better. You like, especially season 2 looks way better than season 1. They must have gotten a bigger budget.
Okay, yeah, no, that's because I didn't hate the animation style. It was just kind of jarring, and if it was the thing that had all my attention as a background show.
Yeah, they upped the frame rate. I think it looked like it, or either that, or I was just so used to it I didn't notice it anymore. But it seemed like they upped the frame rate for the action scenes. Sometimes there'll still be some low frame rate scenes when they're static, when they're not moving a lot. You'll notice that they lowered the frame rate, but for action scenes, at least it seemed to me that they were faster. I've never been much of a frame rate junkie, though, I'll be honest. Even in gaming and stuff, I notice the difference between 30 and 60 frames, but I'm never inconvenienced by it. So,
yeah, for me it was just a little jarring. I'm not a frame rate junkie either, but when it was just a little too choppy storybooky for me, I was a little
and I didn't notice that nearly as much in season 2.
Okay. So
I'll get the complaints out of the way first, because I have a lot of good things to say about the show, but it's not perfect. First complaint, I think it sets up a little too much for season 3. It did the same thing I thought the first season did, where it's setting up for something really cool, and you can see around in the horizon something really cool, but if you actually put what they accomplished in this season, it wouldn't actually be that long of a list. It's like the Ruby problem if it wasn't so drawn out. It's like, you know how we complained about.
Yeah, the Ruby problem, but we're only on season 2.
Yeah, we're only on season 2, and it doesn't feel nearly as long because what you're watching is so enjoyable. It didn't bother me, but it was something I have to take note. Is okay, yeah, the pace of the show is a little bit slower than some people might like, in some senses. Another minor complaint, and this is less of a complaint, it's more of a complaint about season 1 and season 2. I think season 1 and 2 should have been released at the same time. Season 1 ends really... Yeah. Did you watch the first season?
Yeah, I watched the first season.
So it just the season just kind of ends, and it just kind of picks up literally that day. So it's just
yeah, it was kind of cliffhanger-y.
Yeah, and it's just
but
it really feels like they should have just done season 2. They should have just made it an 18 episode season and just had it all together.
Yeah.
Because it really feels like it made season 1 feel lacking. Season 2 doesn't feel lacking in that same issue. It doesn't have that same issue, but it definitely made season 1 feel a little lacking.
Yeah.
Third complaint, and this is probably the biggest I have of the whole season, is that there's a flashback scene that happens about midway through the season. It's not the whole episode, so it's a portion of the episode is filled with flashbacks, and I thought the flashbacks were good, but you didn't learn any new information during the flashbacks. You learn new information, but it's not any new information that you couldn't have learned just by somebody telling you it. And I know there's the show don't tell thing, but it takes up a fair amount of... It takes up 2 episodes for them to tell this story, and I'm we're not learning anything that's like characters could have just said that in passing and it would have been true, because like usually when that situation, at least in my experience when I've watched TV shows, it's like if there's a flashback that happens of a character telling a story and you get to experience the story firsthand, the reason they're showing it to you is because the narrator isn't reliable, so something in the story is different than the way they're telling it.
Yeah, but if it's just like, we all went to go get chocolate cake, and then flashback to them all ordering chocolate cake.
And then it flashes. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's like
oh man, they get chocolate cake exists in their
universe.
It
does. It's sure. Yeah.
Probably that's what I got. You said that's exactly what it was.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, chocolate cake. That's my main complaint. Chocolate. Where do you get chocolate? That's not historically accurate. Probably, I don't know, but no. It's just one of those things where it's like, why is this taking up so much time? I guess the only thing is you get to learn more about their mom, because you don't really know anything about her in the first season. And I think that is the main reason why the flashback happened at all, is because you don't know their mom at all, and they wanted to set that up. So in that respect, it was successful, but it just didn't feel like it was necessary. Like,
yeah, no, I can kind of get you. I'll probably end up watching it. I mean, overall, you said still.
Oh, fantastic! Though, right? Oh my god, like one animation way better, especially the facial animations are a lot better. And I thought, like I said, the plot, there's not a whole lot happens in the plot, but like the main thing that I really enjoyed about it is the characters. Like, holy shit, they do some things with the characters in this that I just didn't expect, and that for me, as somebody who's consumed so much media, that actually caught me off guard. There's a setup in the first 2 episodes, I think, and I won't spoil it, but there's a situation that is like a classic comedy situation, like classic dramedy, like drama comedy, like you've seen it in a million other shows, and you'll spot it like immediately, like when it first starts happening. And the characters do a thing that feels like they're actually friends, as opposed to like them just having artificial drama for no reason. Like instead of just like doing the typical sitcom thing, or like or whatever, they actually decide to talk it out, and then just like they get over it, because that's what friends do. Like it's like wow.
Yeah, no, and I like
it's like
that.
Wow, and that keeps happening. That's not the first time. Like the first time that happened, it surprised me, and I'm like, they just keep like bucking your expectations. Like whenever the characters are tested, it's like the characters do something that makes sense, as opposed to just like doing something that would cause drama. They'll do something like, oh, we rely on each other and we like each other, so we're not just gonna flip the fuck out at each other for no reason.
Yeah, no, it's like the whole trope thing. Like you were saying, it's like whenever, like, you know, it's, God, what's the theory that everything only works if everybody is an idiot?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about? It's like this thing, or like if nobody asks questions, so
if
it's
nobody
like,
talks to each other, asks questions, everyone's an idiot, sort of.
Yeah, so it's like the thing you'd see in, you know, any of them, where it's just like, oh, you ate my cinnamon roll. But then, you know, it's like, no, I didn't eat your cinnamon roll. And then instead of like them talking, they just get mad and walk off before, you know, 25 minutes of episode later, it's like, oh, what do you mean our animal companion ate the cinnamon roll? Aw, I should have just trusted you.
It's like that. And that happens a lot during the series. Like, characters react in ways that feel really genuine. Even the villains, like the brother and sister team especially, they get a lot of time. You get a lot of time with them, and they are really relatable. Like even the brother, who I thought was just like a idiot.
Dingus.
He's still a dingus this season, but like they're really relatable. They do things that make sense, and there's some really touching moments between all the main cast and even the villains, like together. Like there's a lot of touching moments in this show.
Even those two siblings, they're not like, you know, megalomaniac-y villains like their dad kind of is.
They're not.
It's kind of like
bad for the sake of being bad. I think that's it's not a complaint. It's more just like a little disappointing, considering how all the other characters are super multifaceted. Where the dad, even in season 2, is still kind of just bad. Like he has a reason to be the way he is, but it doesn't really explain why he does the things he does so much. Like why he's so They kind of explain it in one facet. I won't spoil it. It's towards the end of the season. They explain something about the way their world works that kind of hints as to why the main guy is as bad as he is, but it still doesn't really do that.
Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, like I said, I'm probably going to watch it. I think you and Tyler all talked, and we all talked on the first season too, so as good as the first season, if not better.
Better than the first season. 100%. Way better.
Yeah.
First season was a lot of setup, a lot of world building. This is a lot of character building, and I'm assuming the next season will be up like plot. I hope it is, because that would
yeah, plot and resolution. Yeah. Well, because I mean, usually with some of these things, like Netflix hasn't run too many of their animated series like into the ground yet. So even if we get a couple more seasons, but like the Avatar people, they finished in
4 seasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 seasons. I didn't know if Book Fire counted as 2 seasons.
I think Fire counts as like half a season. It's like half the length of the main season.
Oh, see, I don't know because I never actually watched the last season of Avatar.
Okay.
I not in like any malicious way. Let me say
didn't, like, get a chance to watch it.
I just never had the opportunity. I think that's like right when I like stopped having cable and access to Nickelodeon.
Okay. That's reasonable.
And it was like the perfect. It was also like that perfect age of like. When I was watching it, people were like, oh, that show's stupid and for kids. And then, like, when we were all graduating high school, people were like, oh, dude, I can't wait to see the last episode of Avatar. And I was like, what do you mean you all were watching Avatar?
Wait a minute. You done goofed me. I've been goofed.
Yeah, and then they also all were like, oh, we're going to go see the live action movie. I was like, that's going to suck. No, it's going to be awesome. That's going to suck.
And it did.
Yeah, which one of us was right?
You were definitely right on that one. Luckily, I didn't see that in theaters. I saw it in a safe space.
I don't think I've seen it yet, actually.
Bad. You're not missing anything.
I know. Yeah, no, so I've heard, but the people made this, not the live action movie, the series, the good one. The good Avatar made this.
The guys who made this one made this one, and it's good. I like it a lot.
And they're also gonna make another Avatar.
Are they?
How do you feel about that? Well, it's the producers, I thought, have producing credit on the live action one that Netflix is doing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I think... Yeah. I don't know if I heard of that. I heard that. I mean, they do a good job. I don't know if we need to retell that story, I'll be honest, but, like, if anyone's gonna do it, I hope it's them. Well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's people who worked on the original Avatar: The Last Airbender are working on the live action one, which is why people were like, live action, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely won't say I'm excited for that, but if anyone can do it justice, that'd be the people who made it, obviously. I mean, I think that goes without saying. But what about this, Dan, the Resident Evil Netflix series?
I have not even heard about this before. What is this?
So I was initially, when I heard about this, because I heard they're making a live action Resident Evil series on Netflix, and I was like, oh, maybe they'll get like a competent director to do it this time. No, they're getting the guy who made the movies to make a TV show.
Oh,
and I'm like, no. Netflix, he already had a chance.
Yeah, you want to really pick up that track
record? Yeah,
like,
man, dude made his wife the main character. He literally just fanficked his wife into the story and made her the main character and made her overpowered. Like, man.
Just fanfick her into existence.
He did, yeah, her character doesn't exist and it doesn't exist in the canon, so.
Oh, she does now, apparently.
Yeah, in the RE movie canon, I guess, sure. And she's the most important character who has 1 million superpowers and is also immune to zombie stuff.
Oh, is her name Mary?
Yes, Mary, Sue Mary, yeah.
Mary Sue? Sue Mary. Yeah. Mary Sue, yeah.
Imagine that.
This is completely off topic, but my favorite nickname for any character in anything ever is Suyu, the frog girl from My Hero Academia, with no known weaknesses, is a Mary Suyu.
Is a Mary Suyu, sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. She's no known weaknesses. She's also a frog.
Except for that one time she got cold and sleepy.
Yeah, she's a frog.
Yeah, but that was in anime only. It's not canon. It maybe is canon. Yeah, and frogs have no weaknesses.
As everyone knows, frogs are indestructible. Actually, completely indestructible.
Yeah, no. Again, it's frog. When they first announced her too, it's like, it's a frog. Her power has no known weaknesses. I was like, fucking.
You want to break it to them? You want to give them the bad news?
I went to college for this.
This is your wheelhouse.
For but a brief moment, my interests overlapped.
But
anyway.
So wait, okay. So if you don't mind me switching topics, I watched one of them Japanese cartoons.
Oh yeah, I know. Go for it.
So per your recommendation, I watched Gridman. I finished it.
Ooh, did you like it?
I am very torn. I'm extremely torn on it. I have some good things to say about it, and I have some extremely bad things to say about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, one of these days, too, maybe not even record it. You, me, and Tyler, I just need more people to help me figure out what the ending of Gridman was.
Because, like, I have to imagine it has something to do with the source material. Because, like, it took me I took me a bit to figure, like, I think I have an idea of what was going on, but even then, I'm starting to, like, doubt that. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But, yeah, good things out of the way.
Yeah, let's just throw up, because this is probably going to be a pretty spoiler one. If you want a non-spoiler talk...
If you want to get some Gridman, some trigger goodness all up in you, just maybe just, like, fast forward a bit.
Yeah, well, there's already an episode where Tyler and I talk on it in non-spoilery ways. It's really good. But let's talk spoilers, Trey. Yeah, let's give it we'll figure it out. Fast forward a bit.
Maybe you can go back in and just tell them a timestamp.
I don't know. Do you think you can do that, Future Dan?
Yo, what up, everybody? It's Future Dan here, coming at you live on the old headset, so you know it's good quality. I'm playing Mario Rabbids. Skip to 38 minutes if you want to avoid Gridman spoilers. Okay, back to past.
Yay! But yeah, things I thought the cinematography was excellent, like fantastic, like 10 out of 10 cinematography. I thought it probably might be the best anime of that year for just cinematography. Like, scene composition was immaculate, like animation looked really good. The scene to scene, just everything was very reminiscent, and I know I say this a lot, it looked a lot like Ava. But that was very obviously a perfect, like, the human parts of it looked a lot like Ava, and that was obviously a purposeful choice. They have a fucking people from Neon Genesis middle school, so, like...
Yeah, the Neon Genesis middle school,
so they know what they're doing. But it looked a lot like Evangelion and, like, the human parts. Not in the mecha, like... or it's not mecha, but not in the, like, Gridman parts. That was very much an homage to the, like, that genre.
Yeah, the original, like, just even the original Gridman,
original Gridman, like, Power Rangers, all that kind of thing. It was definitely, like, a homage to that. Even the way, like, the main antagonist, not the main antagonist, but, like, the little, white hair. The way Anti-Transform was very, very much that, like, low shot angle with him growing. Like, they do that a lot. And I was like, that's kind of neat. I'm into that. Yeah. I wasn't into seeing them transform every single time they formed Gridman. Or any of Gridman's variants. I wasn't super into that. We could have probably used a little less of that. I think... Okay, so here, bear with me on this one. I want to hear your opinions on this. Do you think this would have been better as a 24 episode core as opposed to a 12? Because I think it feels like things kind of just like went into maximum overdrive in the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, it feels like... Yeah, it does feel a little like, Studio Trigger was running out of money.
Even 18 episodes. Like, just, I think this needed a little more setup towards the ending they were going for. Because, like, as it is, the main bad guy just kind of happens. He just, like, is there. And for the life of me, I still don't know his motivations. Other than, he kind of is like, my theory for what's happening in the show. And, like, we'll have to compare notes, because we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean... for me, I can't even remember his name. It's the alien. He's kind of like the cackling megalomaniac, and I think he might be partly from the original Gridman.
Yeah, it seemed like they knew each other.
Yeah, or he's like a part of the thing that, like, basically like Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers. Like basically, I'm evil to take over the world.
I do have a theory about him, but I want to hear like your side of the stuff with that, because like I feel like if we just had some more time with, because he was very charismatic when he was on screen. I thought he was very interesting. How he just kind of walked around, was super chummy with everybody, even though he was super evil.
Yeah, and he was super manipulative too.
He was incredibly evil, but man, he just smiled the whole time and be really like he's like your like cool uncle or something. He just like walks in, it's like, hey everybody, what's going on?
For me, it was very much a feeling of him like doing things, being like, hey, I'm just gonna walk around and I know you guys can't do anything to me.
I thought that was cool. I just wish they would have like gone into that a little more, explained him a bit more than, because we got a lot of the other girl, the pink hair girl. I'm really bad at names.
Yeah, Rinke. Not Rika. Rika's thick thighs save lives, but Akane.
Yeah, Akane. We got a lot of her, which makes sense. She should have been the focus. Like she's the real main character of the story, so it's like it makes sense that she would get that much time. But holy shit, like it just makes me want. It's like, oh, come on, if we just spent like maybe 3 more episodes just learning about the main bad guy.
Yeah, or even just give him 1 episode.
Yeah, Alexis Carib, according to Wikipedia.
That's it, yeah, Alexis. Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's almost like they don't want to go too far from the original, because think about, like, again, Rita Repulsa or any Power Rangers villain, they're just
they're bad because they're bad. Yeah, that's true. But, like, this is a really contemplative piece. I think they could have gotten away with explaining things a little more. Yeah,
especially because, there's that, and then just the thing that still gets me and I can't wrap my brain around, if we want to get to it, is again because Akane is the main character.
She's the actual main character. Gridman and Yuta and all that, they're not really the main characters.
Yeah. No, it's the very last scene of the show,
the live action one.
The live action one, which I think is supposed to be her, like waking up, and it's like. Yeah, and it's like, was that all, like, was the whole series a dream then? I just messaged Tyler's like, was this a dream? And then Tyler's like, I think she's supposed to be like a self-insert, like, fan character.
So my theory on the whole series, or at least Gridman, I think that there was some supernatural element to it, especially with Gridman and Alexis. I think those two aren't. But I think this whole adventure takes place in Akane's head, and that's why she's the god of it. Like, the whole grid system is the human mind.
Yeah.
So every character in it is like basically a character she created with the help of Alexis, and it takes place in her head. It's not really a dream so much as it's like a little bit of it is a dream, and like this, and they keep bringing it up.
It's basically like a fanfic
it's like
almost.
It is a dream in the sense that he will be bringing up the fact that things are like a dream. And I think it is technically a dream. She's sleeping when this is all happening. But I think the main focus of the story is the fact that Akane doesn't know where, like, she doesn't fit in anywhere. That's the whole focus of the story, is that she's a weirdo and she can't seem to make friends, and that really just upsets her. And no matter what she tries, no matter how popular she wants to be, she just can't do it. Because she knows that she's weird.
I mean, even in universe, that would almost make sense too, because even in her little thing, like, she is super obsessed with the mecha show still, so of course she'd put herself
into a mecha, and the thing that really upset her the most is the fact that even though she's literally God, characters still don't want to hang out with her, and that just made her more and more. It just like made her more and more depressed, and you see that even in the imagery they use for her. She kills herself like 3 or 4 times in just like symbolically, like the way she. There was the scene where she's on the ground with the knife. That was supposed to be symbolic of her slitting her wrist. She jumps off of a roof, in a suicidal way. They didn't actually say suicide, but they didn't need to, because they were like, this is why I said the cinematography was excellent, because they did it in ways that made it like, so you know that she's suicidal because of the fact that she loves mecha, and that nobody wants to be her friend, and that just makes her so upset. And even in a place where she controls everything, she can't even make people who are fake want to be her friend.
Yeah, and the thing that got me too is like, it's kind of weird because even if you think of it from that perspective, like, why wasn't she the hero? Then?
Like, she didn't even want to be she just wanted to be, like, she turned herself into the villain.
Yeah, if it was actually her, or is this like Alexis,
yeah,
manipulating her?
And
was
this
it
is
all
this is
alien
the real
scheme?
thing, and this is the question I had. Do you think Alexis was an alien, like an actual alien, or do you think that was like her negative like thoughts? Like
that's,
is Gridman her like self-confidence and like her wanting to be accepted by other people?
I don't know, and I hate to give Studio Trigger as much credit as I am, but they really like did that type of thing with this ending.
Yeah, like that's what I want to. Like, is there actually a supernatural element, or is this just a battle she's having in her own head?
Yeah, it's got layers, and I hate it. But no. Like I said, it's good that. Like, I'll say the show got, like, me to talk, we can talk about it even from, like, that. And then it's, like, its core, I was like, yeah, just like the, human elements.
The character interactions were great. Like I said, I like the show in some ways, and the parts I really didn't like were the supporting cast, in the sense that they didn't do much of anything. And by supporting cast, I mean it's Yuta's friends.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even what's his name? The other guy was like, by the last couple episodes, he was like, dude, I don't
he even
anything.
like recognizes, and then he'd come back and they bring him in and he still does nothing. He comes in and it's not even him typing on the computer, so he's like, yeah, you're right, he really didn't do anything.
He just like sits there and useless.
It's like, man, we really could have like used some time. And the thing, they're not even like self-reflective about it until the very end. It's not like, wait a minute, what is the Gridman Alliance? We don't do anything. Like the only reason Rita's here is because her mom owns a shop. Why am I here?
No, it's oh boy, it is.
Like,
it is.
Literally, even in the Wikipedia, you want to hear his description in the Wikipedia? All right.
Yeah, sure.
He is Yuta's classmate and the founder of the Gridman Alliance. Specializes in human networking. He's a fan of tokusatsu, including the Ultra series. That's it. That's literally it. That's all. That's all there is.
That's him.
That's all there is.
Yeah, that's the character. See, yeah, God, yeah. Like I said, this whole top to bottom, that show was a wild ride. I still really like it. I know you said you're torn.
I liked it. I think it's worth watching, especially if you like visual symbolism, especially if you like Evangelion, because like there's a lot of visual symbolism here. If you're looking for it, you'll find it. Like there's tons and tons of it, like all over the place. They even like reuse a bit from Ava, like the trains. The trains are like the symbolism for the trains is almost identical to Ava's. So it's like,
yeah.
So if you like picking at those and it's like thinking about stuff, it's a good show. I think my main complaints is just the run length. I think it's too complicated of a concept to just shove in 12 episodes, I think.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Trey. If Trigger had 24 episodes, do you think they would have Darling
Probably.
and Friends it up?
So it's like, I don't know what I want. I don't know.
I don't know what I want. I might be this. Just come on, Trigger. In 12 episodes, you can do a good story in 12 episodes. You guys did Kids and Ivor.
Yeah, this is the classic Trigger where if they're giving too much, they can't make it. Like, I guarantee this wouldn't have been an internal thing if it had been. It would have been Aliens if they had 24 episodes. But it's just like one of those things where like there are just so many things. One other complaint I have, and you can probably just explain this away, but they're not real people, is the fact that characters don't really react to stressful situations in a way that makes sense. Characters are very, very blasé about like explosions happening and like random shit blowing up and like people dying and shit. Like they don't even bring it up. Like Akane, like when this is explained in universe, so this isn't really a complaint. But Akane, like her monsters literally kill so many people. They don't even bring it up until the end of the series. Basically, they're even I'm still trying to be friends with her, even though I know she's a mass murderer. And then they explain that later with like, oh, you guys were literally designed to like her. You can't hate her.
Yeah, that kind of gets it. But yeah, no, it's like you're saying, it's like when Rika and Akane were trying to be friends, it's like, hey, you literally murdered people. Yeah.
And it just makes it hard to make Akane a sympathetic character sometimes until later in the show, which I guess is whatever. But I just think that if characters had reacted to like literal monsters being in their cities in ways that weren't just like, oh, there's a monster there, better go get Gridman, or like that. I mean,
so the way I kind of saw it. The way I kind of got it, I was just gonna say too. The fact that since the city kept resetting, and like all the other characters were like dumbfounded. It's like, oh, what the fuck? That's a real Godzilla.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be even more afraid if this is the first time it's happening to you every time? Or like when Yuta gets cornered by that kaiju girl, and she's like, "I'm a real kaiju," and gets really massive. He just kind of looks like, I guess this is happening.
He's seen some shit,
I guess,
man.
But like, he's just a normal human man, as far as he knew at the time. Like, it's just like...
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, one other thing that I really liked about the last episode, this is just for Dan, because I'm a music sucker, but when they played like, I think it's the original Gridman theme.
They played the new Gridman theme, and then they put the old one in afterward when he does his true Gridman.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh.
It's like that Devilman thing where you can when you hear like the remixed Devilman theme, like the classic one.
Yeah, when they put Devilman no Yuta in that. Just,
it's pretty bumpin'. It's pretty bumpin'.
Yeah, but no. Like I said, Gridman, it's not going to be in my favorite shows of all time. It was definitely an experience. I'm glad I watched it.
And it might like my theory crafting brain, which, as you know, is something I do a lot. I'm a bit of a lore head, so it had me thinking about ways that the story makes sense, especially given the ending, and that was the theory I came up with, just finishing it today.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that there's room for interpretation. I like it when endings aren't explicit, honestly. Like, that my favorite stories have endings that aren't explicit, like ones that make you think.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get you on that. Just...
it's a thing. It's good.
And I hate, and I was gonna say, I'm glad that now Studio Trigger did this. It's like, oh man, here's a think piece, and then the whatever you sent me for their next
movie,
thing looks not like a think piece.
It looks like the triggeriest thing that's ever triggered.
Yeah, whatever. It has a name yet. What is it? It's something Patrol.
Something Patrol. I'll look it up. What's their name?
It's like space fights. It's space.
It looks like he almost looks like a fireman. Like
he looks like
Kamina, but his mech looks like a police like fire thing. Like you see him putting out a fire at one point.
Yeah. Are they Flame Patrol?
Is it? Promare. Yeah, Promare. And it has Kamina is facing off against Nia with short hair, and every character in this is a Trigger character. Like they're not literally those characters, but like it's very obviously like this is the bit we're just trying to make these characters look like characters we've made before. Like villains look like anti-spirals. The fucking main cat. There are people who look like the star suits from Kill la Kill. Like it's just like. Very clearly, it's very clearly trying to be Trigger, and I'm 100%.
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm in for the ride. I'll buckle up. I'll waste an hour and a half.
I'm just ready to. I'm so ready for them to just embrace it. Be like, okay, this is what we are, and we just made like a think piece. So let's just do like something stupid.
Yeah, actually, they've kind of been doing that. Like alternate between think piece and garbage. No, not really.
I mean, do you consider Darling from the Franxx a think piece? Because I sure don't.
Well, because before that was Kisniver, which I'd say is a think piece. And then Darling in the Franxx XX is a garbage fire. And then you get Cigarette Man as a think piece. And then before
that, I mean, there was Little Witch
was like Inferno
Little Witch Academia.
Oh, I forgot Little Witch.
Little Witch Academia. Before that was Kill la Kill, which is definitely not a... Depending on who you ask, it's a think piece.
Yeah. Also, Trey, more Little Witch Academia, more like Little Witch Academia.
Oof. I've never seen it.
I liked it. It was fine.
Never seen it. I've seen clips of it. The animation's very bubbly.
Have you seen the Gurren Lagann reference?
I have seen it. Garrett showed me the Gurren Lagann reference.
Yeah, because I watched that and I was like, wait, no, this is just, hang on. Okay, that's a spiral. Okay, hang on. That's Giga Drill Break. Okay.
I guess we're doing this now. Man, we have hit 40 minutes. We haven't even talked about, like, the main part of the show.
Wait, what was the main part of the show?
We watched some stuff. Good stuff and bad stuff.
We did watch stuff. We talked about Gridman. Imagine that. I'll just go in with Future Dan and be like, hey, guys, this is Future Dan. Just leave the episode.
Just leave it here. It only goes downhill.
Yeah, it's just a spiral. I mean...
We could talk about that next week. I have another topic if you want to do something else.
Oh wait, yeah. Were you mean talking about like
challenging stuff? Because we can do that. We can do that. Next week. So I do have a topic. I pulled this out of my quiver and I'm shooting it out to all you, the audience. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards happened. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can touch on that real quick. Let me just pull up the winners, because I know... Okay, so let me see if I can... I can't remember if I...
Because I'm pretty happy with the winner, the anime of the year, I'll be honest.
Oh, 100%.
I'm actually surprised it got anime of the year, but I'm not unhappy that it did.
I feel like, though, that's been what they do, not to, like, bash their way of anything, but their way of doing anime of the year is, like, they kind of pick, like, an outlier series, if that makes sense, or a series that people wouldn't have guessed.
Sure.
Or not like a pop.
They don't just do it by popularity. They just like go out of their way.
Yeah, not like whatever sweeps the award. Because I mean, they got so much blowback with the Yuri on Ice
my
awards.
God, that was terrible.
And then like last year, or the 2017 awards was like My Hero Academia won every category, and then Anime of the Year was Made in Abyss, which deserved it, 110%.
Which is funny because My Hero Academia won most of the categories this year too. So
I mean, yeah, and I actually am going to disagree with a lot of them. Best antagonist is not all for one,
especially not in season 3. You don't know anything about him in season 3.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything. He's just been a cackling megalomaniac.
He just shows up. That's literally all he does. He just shows up and beats the shit out of All Might. Like, what? How is that make a good villain? That doesn't. He's not a good villain.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... Yeah,
especially because we have a good villain. The anime of the year has a better villain than him. Like, Satan's a way better villain than...
Oh, yeah, literal Satan.
Literal Satan, who has way more interesting things about him than All for One.
Yeah.
Best Girl's pretty on point, though.
100%. Okay, I don't remember who else was nominated, but I'm pretty sure I didn't vote for her, but I was like, I wanted to. I don't remember who won. Best Boy? I'm sorry. Hayata deserved Best Boy over Deku. Deku, he's just pure.
Didn't he win Best Boy last year, too? Like,
he did. He won Best Boy and Best Hero.
Like, can we not have a recurring... Like, it's like, there's been a bunch of stuff that came out this year. We don't need to have, like, them overlap.
Yeah, at least he didn't get Best Pro Tag. I haven't watched Slime... Isekai? Issa Slime?
Sure. I mean, I don't like it as much as a lot of people like it. I haven't watched the anime, though, so maybe, like, the anime, like, maybe the animation aspect of it makes him more of a, like... He's not an unlikable character, it's just, like, at a certain point, it just kind of becomes an isekai. Like, I was really excited for it when I first started reading it, and I'm like, oh, that's a different spin on it. He's a slime. Oh, now he's overpowered. Oh, now he looks like a man. Oh, it's just an isekai, isn't it?
Yeah, let me see if I can find... I'm trying to find all the nominees, too. Because who else was nominated for Best Boy? Oh, also Honda-san. I didn't personally get into Skullface Bookseller, but it was funny. Joe from Megalobox shouldn't have been on there for Best Boy. I'm sad Megalobox got snubbed.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
Yeah. Because, fucking, you can't give the voice actor... I mean, the Zombieland Saga guy can have voice actor.
He can have that. I think he deserved it. I don't think the best opening sequence this year was throwing in the Franks. I'm sorry. It just wasn't. I don't think... It was good. I don't think it was, like, the best one, though.
Yeah, I mean, what else happened? Pop Team Epics was pretty good. Fighting Gold, I'm sorry.
Right? That should have won it. That. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where are you finding the...
I'll send it to you real quick. I
want to see the nominations. I didn't actually participate.
Yeah, I remember I participated in nominees. I think I voted. Yeah, I voted for Fighting Gold because I'm a fanboy. Let's just go category by category here. There's also shows that aren't on here that got snubbed out. I'm sorry, like, frickin' Bunny Senpai didn't get nominated for anything besides
Best Girl. Yeah, Best Girl was the only one.
And I'd say the best OP... It
did. I don't think it deserved the best one either, but it definitely was good.
I mean, Fighting Gold
exactly.
exists.
As long as Fighting Gold exists, I definitely think... I'm glad Joe didn't win Best Boy, though, because I don't think he's a super likable protag in some ways.
Oh.
So...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He shouldn't have been nominated for that.
Like he's definitely not the best boy.
Yeah, I'm glad Sakuta didn't win it either because he kind of sucks. I really only liked him because I like the. Hinamatsuri was another one that got snubbed out.
He didn't get any. They really should have gotten something. Like,
Yeah, and a place further than the universe.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
there's a lot of fucking FLCL Progressive got nominated for anything. Get out of here. Get out of there with that shit. That was garbage.
I mean, the soundtrack was still good.
At least Chris Sabat won Best Voice Actor, so that's good.
Well, I mean, duh. Because, can you name me any of these other English voice actors? Okay, Resco.
Best fight scene, Hina versus
Resco,
Anzu, excuse me.
I mean, that one's funny.
It was funny. It's not really a fight scene, though.
Yeah, Satan versus Devil. The Jiren Goku fight, okay, I'm sorry. That one, you can't tell me that a 200-plus some episode build-up with that soundtrack,
right, it was
though.
Pretty good. That Naruto Sasuke fight versus Momoshiki was pretty ridiculous, too, but... I definitely think the Jiren... I don't even like Super. I watched the Jiren Goku fight. That shit was hype as fuck.
Yeah, it's so good. That's what I'm saying. Best pro tag. You know what? Actually, I think Sakata could have been best protagonist. He's still a shit groveling.
I think he's a good protagonist. He wouldn't deserve best boy, but he definitely.
Yeah, not like best hero.
He's a good protagonist though. Like I think that's fair.
Okay, also, let's get into this best antagonist one, because literally all of these people are better antagonists.
Why is it, I would have taken Akane, because, she's literally the main character. Come on, she's a perfect antagonist.
Or, no, honestly, Yuri from Megalobox.
He's great.
The Golden Kamua guy was
Ryu
crazy.
Asuka, come on, Satan. He's Satan. How do you have a better villain? It's all for when he shows up for 2 episodes and then fucking gets loses. What a good villain.
And then gets punched.
Okay, so people probably nominated him, or he got nominated probably just for the United States of Smash. That moment was super hype.
That's fair.
That doesn't make him a good villain. I'm sorry, Crunchyroll, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does not.
No part of that makes him a good villain. He's just really good. That moment was amazing, but that does not make him a good villain.
Yeah, Violet Evergarden can have best animation.
I think it deserves it. It was really pretty.
Megalobox was cool animation. I think the style.
I think Megalobox was a stylistic one, but I don't think it deserved a.
Yeah, personally, I would have given it to a place further than the universe, because that show looks
it does look clean. At least so far I've watched it, I think Violet Evergarden's still prettier than that, but they both look good. I just think that Violet Evergarden, it's really hard to top that. It's Kyoto animation. It's really really pretty.
That's fair. You know what? Here's a hot take. Sorry, I skipped over best character design. It's JoJo.
Why not?
That's theirs. The only other one, I would have maybe given it to a Gretzko, just because it's such a unique
it definitely
design.
Is unique for that.
And half of them, it's the in jokes of the one character is the secretary, and she's a secretary bird, because animals. Here's a hot one for you, Trey. Best continuing series. Ancient Magus Bride was nominated.
What?
That came out this year.
Yeah, I'm looking... I know it didn't, but did it continue this year? I don't even.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, did the tail end of it start 2018? I don't really. I don't think it. I'm pretty sure that was a 2017 thing, right? Almost exclusively. Oh, yeah. Weird. I don't really know. I don't think any of these. One Piece
for continuing. Yeah, I mean, it's basically shonen. Oh, hey, March comes in like a lion. Got another season. Shonen.
I don't like it. I don't really like any of these. I'll be honest. If we're talking the anime versions of all of these, I don't really like any of them. So that's kind of a wash for me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking at this, there's so much stuff now. They need more.
They need more categories. They need more nominees too. I think
Well, and I think that's the big thing is there should be a best comedy thing at this point, and they even had a best comedy nominee thing last year.
I don't know why it's not here now.
Yeah, because basically, comedy, we could be sitting here debating the Pop Team Epic versus Hinamatsuri of.
Yeah.
Things.
Also, Gridman's not in Best Director. Get out of my house with that crap. That was beautifully shot.
Yeah. But. Planet With is.
Oh.
Ooh.
I like Planet With a lot too, but I don't think the direction was fantastic. It's a good story, not a great anime, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not pretty. It's not well shot. There's nothing about it that makes me like, oh man, best director right there. Look at that guy. There's some good shots in that one.
Yeah. I mean, Masaki Yuasa deserves that one.
Oh yeah, I think I'm not unhappy with what was chosen, but I think Gridman should be on here.
Yeah. Also, just another real quick one. I know we didn't have any other anime movies this year. The Hiroaka movie was not good.
I didn't see it, so I don't really know.
It was basically like every Naruto movie that came out.
Okay. I didn't really see any anime movies last year, though, so I can't really... this is a category I just cannot, chime in on, so...
Yeah, I can't, chime in more than that. There's definitely was better movie. I'm sure any of these would have been better.
It's just it's a Hiro Aka movie, so again, I think that we should just curtail popular vote a little bit sometimes. It's I know Hiro Aka is popular. I like Hiro Aka too, but can we not
Yeah. No, I mean, so like I said, we can kind of continue to tear this apart. Big thing is, I just need more categories.
Yeah,
on this, and a lot
I
of
think
these
so
shows,
too. And I think a lot of shows would have won had they been in other categories.
Yeah, and I mean, last year they kind of got away from it too, and I'll talk on this, just the awards thing in general. They kind of stepped away last year from just the popular shows. A lot of shows. Made in Abyss, I don't think was crazy popular.
No, but it definitely deserved Anime of the Year. In my
100%,
opinion,
and that's what I'm saying. They got away from that and were able to be oh, hey, here's a popular shows, and now here's this. I don't know. This all just feels like a step back from last year. I know they did the cringy live awards.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need cringe. We don't need live awards, but we definitely if we're gonna even make the attempt to have an award show, we should do an award thing. We should make it good.
Yeah, and again, more categories: comedy, fantasy. Fantasies now could basically just be every.
Yeah,
isekai
can we have an isekai category just so we can get all those out of the pool? Best isekai. That way they can't be nominated for anything else. That's not how award shows work, but I can dream.
Yeah, but then at least now you can be oh man, the show got a nod, and you can sort through of the 12 isekai that come out every year. I don't know. Again, I'm content with the results. Some of the show, I think a lot of shows got snubbed.
I agree. I'm content with the Anime of the Year. I think that's good.
Yeah, but I mean, we were saying, people already forget Hinamatsuri came out. Sagridman and Planet With are two of the shows I liked the most last year. And they're, really good, deep, kind of thinky shows. And they both kind of just nobody watched them.
I mean, Gridman had a lot of comments, so I think people watched it. People didn't like it, for what I was reading.
Yeah.
The comments were savage. People did not like that anime on Verve, at least.
Verve.
The vast majority of them. I had to go other places to see the consensus. I think critically, it was probably successful. I don't know if Here's the thing, though. People don't like movies that make you think. General populace, people don't like those movies. To give a good example, they almost didn't show Annihilation in the U.S. because they didn't think it would... They thought it was too smart for U.S. audiences. And I'm not kidding. That's legit what the studio, the producers said on it. They it was only a narrow margin that they actually even showed it in the U.S. because they just didn't think U.S. audiences liked movies that were made you think. And guess what? They were right. That movie sold like shit here. It just sold really badly. Same with some actually good horror movies that came out last year. They didn't sell well either. It's U.S. audiences as a whole don't like movies. They like hype in their shows, and they like things that are predictable. It seems like to me. They don't really like movies. They don't like movies and TV shows that have you have to sit after an episode or the movie and be let me put this all out and let me just put this all out there and figure out what's happening, because this isn't obvious what's happening right now, and it seems like that's very much a US thing.
Yeah.
It's I like Game of Thrones a lot, but even that's fairly straightforward as to what's happening. You always know what's happening, and I think that's why it's as popular as it is. Also, it has tits and blood, and
Yeah, it's, Lord of the Rings.
Not really, but it's definitely. I think that's why. I think that's the mass appeal of it is the blood and the tits more than like that's the reason people watch it. Not because it's it is thought provoking,
no,
but it's not.
That was the big thing when it started.
Yeah, it's not. It is thought provoking, but I think that's almost like side to like all the other things. That's why like they wouldn't have watched it if it had just been thought provoking. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, like if it's a thing that you gotta sit there and, like you were saying, if the thing that you gotta sit there and figure out. I mean, that's like when I was when I watched It Follows too, people like. It's like, oh, that was a scary thing it did. It's not like that scary.
No,
of a
it's
movie,
not. But it's a thought-provoking movie. Like
yeah, you sit there and think about how scary it was.
How scary that monster would actually be. That's why I liked it. What was that one horror movie that came out with I talked about a while ago? Hereditary. Everybody in the theater who watched Hereditary with me said the movie was trash, and me and Austin were sitting there like, that was the best horror movie we've seen in years. Like. We were like, and this is just the thing. I think most American audiences come to movies for a certain thing. They don't come to a lot of media looking for a thing that makes them think. And I guess that's respectable, but at the same time, it's kind of a shame. And obviously, I'm generalizing. Yeah. Like when I say most, I don't mean everybody who watches things is stupid. I just mean that like. The majority of people who pay to watch things don't want to think about it. Don't want to think about things.
Oh, what's going to be... Yeah, what's going to be fun then? I'm just kind of thinking this and kind of tying back to what we were saying with, that weed crap. But watch, like, a bunch of people who watched, I don't know, like, Sword Guy the animation or The 7 Deadly Sins on Netflix get recommended to watch Ava. They all watch Ava and they hate it.
Yeah, people who've never seen it before, they're probably they'll probably hate it.
Yeah, they'll just be like, I thought it was going to be.
I'm not even convinced that you will like it. I'm going to make you watch it, and I'm pretty sure you won't like it either. So,
I mean, I'll give it the same glowing review. I'm just like, it's fine. I think I'm not going to hate it. I think there's a lot of things in it that, like, if anything, I just hate more so when a lot of people are like, oh, it's got to be this art piece you have to think about, and it's kind of like the thing, like I said, with SSSSSSSSSSSSS.Gridman. Is I liked that show. I can think about that show, but like I can't read other people's thoughts on that show without finding like the 12-page storybook of like, this is why it's the smartest thing in the world, and if you don't understand,
then obviously you suck rocks. It's like, no.
Yeah, like how we were just talking earlier. I like your theory, my theories. We can kind of find a middle ground. Tyler will talk on it too. I know for sure because I need to like whiteboard out that show.
No, I think it's a good I think it's good to get different perspectives, but obviously on the internet you can't get different perspectives. If you don't agree with somebody, you hated it and you're terrible. Or if you liked it, you obviously have terrible taste. The internet's always about extreme, so
I mean, I even get that in real life whenever I bring up Cowboy Bebop.
I'm so sorry. I was being an ass that night.
that was perfect. But anyway, we're at like an hour now, and that was a tangent about the Animu Awards.
It was a good episode. Thanks, all you wonderful, beautiful, horrible goblins. And I hate out, leave.
Future Dan, don't forget that timestamp for the spoilers. You hear me, Future Dan?
And Future Trey, looking pretty good. Looking nice.
Oh god, Future Trey, what are you doing?
Oh god, no, Future Trey, what are you doing? Oh god, Future Trey, put the knife down.
Future Trey, put that knife down.
Future Trey, no, not the kittens. Oh god, Future Trey, oh jeez.
No.